Hi, this is Pete Singer with Solid State Technology. I'm here at SEMICON 2017 in Moscone. I'm talking to Tim Hewitt, who is with Siemens, a huge company, and we're talking about smart manufacturing and big data analytics and all those great things that everybody's talking about these days. So, what are you hearing at the show? You were just on a panel session, or have a panel session coming up in the short future. Could you tell us what that session was about?
Sure. So, we're introducing the concepts of the digital thread and the digital twin to semiconductor. So these are things that the industry has looked at a long time, believing that they're already doing, and they're discovering that they aren't. So in a Siemens world, we have defined the digital twin in our Emberg facility in Germany to where we have perfectly modeled our manufacturing process and can turn around new designs in 24 hours. In a semiconductor business, we are a long ways from being able to do that. And so this is really a session to start to bring people into the world where the digital thread is a very real possibility, but the digital twin is still quite a ways away.
Okay, so you would think the semiconductor industry would be, furthest ahead in the world in terms of adopting smart manufacturing, and maybe they were years ago, but I think that maybe they are not as far ahead as they think they are now. Is that what you're saying?
That is very true. So in the semiconductor business, as you know, we've been collecting data and doing data analytics, mostly around yield, for 30 years. And most C-level guys in a semiconductor company will tell you that they are a digital factory already, until you start to talk about what the digital twin really means to them, and then they panic because they are a long way from being a digital twin, even a long way from a digital thread. And with the complexity of today's supply chain, the data that they need is not all in-house.
Okay, and you could define a little bit better the difference between the digital thread and the digital twin?
Sure. So you think of the digital thread as all of the data that gets me from requirements analysis to post-manufacturing field response. So if you go through design simulation, process definition, manufacturing, equipment-related data, and then my field data, my returns data, or if you're manufacturing something that actually can send you real results, what are you seeing in the field? You tie all that together in a digital thread, and it gives you capabilities to do things like device-level traceability. So I can tell you in any finished product exactly which location from which wafer, built in what factory, on which equipment, using which process technologies went into that device. That's the digital thread.
Okay.
The digital twin takes it one step further. In the digital twin, the entire process, soup to nuts, is simulated prior to committing physical assets. So if I have a process change, I know exactly what it touches across my supply chain, in my design, through my factory, and right into my predictive analysis for field failures before I ever commit silicon.
Okay. Now, the semiconductor industry, a lot of companies have legacy systems, and can you explain the challenges associated with that, and what do they need to do to kind of move away from the legacy systems to adopt new technology?
It's a huge problem, and part of the challenge with replacing legacy systems within semiconductor is it's like a heart transplant. You walk into a wafer fab where they've been running the same MES for the last 25 years, they've added 100 systems around it, and you say, well, it's time to uplift this to something more modern that gives us better data control, better execution control, and everybody runs screaming into the night because nobody wants to do that.
Right.
So you have to find a way in. So you look for opportunities in redesign. You look for, I'm taking this line and I'm moving it to a new product. And a classic approach is kind of this revamping that happens in most factories every, say, 5 to 10 years, where they really do embark on a new technology push. Move that new technology to the new MES, bring it up in your new digital environment, and you're miles ahead without the heart transplant.
Okay, great. Tim, any other comments you'd like to make?
Well, the last time I was at SEMICON, actually was SEMICON East in Penang last year. And the group there was very well engaged, and they were interested. They really understood where they wanted to go. It's exciting to see that this year at SEMICON West, because it hasn't been here in years past. So it's a good group. They're well engaged, and I'm excited about this industry going forward.
Okay, well, let's hope they do it. Okay,
bet.
thanks, Tim.
You bet, Pete.